in the building tonight. Frat House Chronicles, baby. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Man, you heard about that new hot show, Frat House Chronicles? Man, they got this girl on there called Miss Keita, and boy, when I say she asks you questions to get to know you, that motherfucker get to know you. She asks you shit to where you start thinking like, the fuck she just asked me? That girl go.
But have you heard Black Diamond, though? Oh my goodness. She be talking about sex and keeping it sexy in the bedroom and all these, tips and tricks and things you could do for your man. Oh yeah, Black Diamond go on the Frat House Chronicles podcast.
Yo, shit, they even got this host that's fire. Keep it all the way 100. Her name is Lady Reese. Man, she keep everybody together, everybody doing what they supposed to do, and keep all the hottest topics out there that we need to cover. You should definitely hear about it, man. It's lit. It's fire.
But have you heard about Braylon? Girl, oh my goodness.
But is Mr. Should keep it real all the time because he is hot.
Man, he ain't got no filter though. That's what makes it so good, because he just keep it all the way solid. Like,
and you want to listen to his ass. Right. You know, I gotta listen to Braylon. Wait, what time is it?
Oh man, it's almost 9:00. Oh shit, it's finna come on.
Frat House Chronicles every Friday at 9 p.m.
Yeah. Frat House Chronicles. I got my co-host in the building, Braylon. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up with it? I'm here. Where you at, world? Hey, send us some feedback, man. We here, another Friday.
Yeah, I got Miss Keita on the line. Keita, are you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm tangled in the blinds, embarrassingly.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And I am your host, Miss Lady Reese's. I'm in the building tonight, and I got a question for y'all. I want to know,
did you miss me? Fuck that shit,
Braylon, I have to hear it later. He didn't hear what y'all heard, but I know what it was. But yeah, let's get into it. So we kind of switched up our format just a little bit to let the listeners know. We did our pre-show where we talked about how our day was and whatnot. So we going straight into boom, what's going on today? We got a lot of trending topics coming at you. We got all the latest, the hottest, the what's going on in and around your town and what's going on worldwide. So we gonna go ahead and get straight into it. You dig? So now, Braylon, you wanted to bring up a few things. Well, and Miss Keita too. So I don't know who wanna start first with what y'all wanted to bring up.
Oh,
I think you had the main topic. Did you have anything other than that you want to let the people know about? I got a couple things.
Yeah. But okay. Well, should we go with it first, with the main thing, or should we just do the side stuff?
No, let's get into it because I feel like that's kind of heavy. So
you want to start a little bit light, but my little bit light really ain't light though.
But that's what I'm saying.
All right,
I think we should start a little bit light and then go heavy, like that.
Okay, well, all right, here we go.
Wait, what you say, Miss Keita?
Yeah, start off light and let it build.
Yeah.
Oh, like Lil Wayne, let the beat build, bitch. That's how you let the beat build, bitch. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He just want to get into it. Just give him the heavy dose, right?
I mean, we got to keep it, but it's respectable though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely is.
All right, well, we'll go this way. On today's news, no, I don't know if y'all hip to it or not, but there was another little tragedy that happened to a 4-year-old little girl. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I'm sorry about that. But she was murdered by her mother and her boyfriend.
What?
Yeah, she was being abused, apparently, in the care of the mother and the birth mother and the mother's boyfriend, where they were hitting this little girl and beating her. She would be going to school with black eyes and stuff like that. And also, I think Child Protection Services had got involved, but they never did anything about the situation. And so the father, the birth father, he made some complaints as well, and CPS never followed up on it until it was too late. The little girl was, I believe she was hit and choked, and they had a voice recording with the couple calling in to 911, basically trying to make it seem like the little girl just was not responsive for no reason. She just, somehow passed out or just wasn't coherent or anything. And
wow.
And the actual 911 call was so non-remorseful or so not emotional. You can tell that they were guilty, because it's like, this is your child. Why would you not be more emotional, more
frantic?
Yes, about what's going on with your child.
Panicking.
Yeah, that's not being responsive, and they did not even want to perform CPR on her to try to revive her. So yeah, they're being
What is going on
tried
with
now.
parents nowadays?
Yeah.
I have no idea, because I'm just as floored as you are. Like, this is my first time hearing this. I'm like, where did this happen at? Do you remember?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll get it right now.
Okay, that is crazy. I don't know. It's definitely, I don't know. Is it scarier the times that we living in now, or was it worse back then? I think we just have a lot more fears that are in our face now. But I don't know if times are scarier now or, back when our grandparents were children.
Right.
So
It depends on the fears were different.
yeah.
Our grandparents' era, they had separate drinking fountains and had to worry about, looking over their shoulders and stuff. Well,
Right.
we don't have that so much. Well, we do, but we don't. Kind of. But there's no structure anymore. Because I'm not understanding, and it's how parents our age, because that's who's flipping out now. They're our age.
Yeah.
Maybe mid-late 40s.
Right. If
People
if
had
that.
the kids locked in the house weren't that old.
But I mean, if you think about it, though, I don't think the age has changed, because you got to think, when our parents were kids, or even when our grandparents were kids, they were working at 15, 16. You know what I mean? They were married by 19, 20. You know what I mean? So
It had to be, because it was frowned upon if you weren't.
right. So there's not, as far as the age goes, there's nothing that has changed about the age as far as how, because there were adults that were our age, and we're in our 30s. So there were adults that were in their 30s, when our grandparents were in their 30s, and they had, these teenagers and, almost adult children. So as far as the age and what's going on now, that part of it has not changed. But
I feel like with then, because they were having kids a lot younger during that time, because you could easily be, 15, 16, starting the lineage, because they got married young, so especially in the South. People
right.
get married 15, 16 years old, especially during that time, maybe even 14. Now,
Right.
it's not. But at the same time, people are having kids older,
They are having kids at an older age,
young.
but even
And, I mean, I don't know. It's almost like it's something in the water. I don't know if it's a generational thing because it makes no sense for this 10 to 15, even 20-year gap. And all of a sudden, people are flipping out on killing their kids.
Well, hold on. The incident happened in Ulysses, Ohio, and the mom name is Sierra Day, and the boyfriend name was Deontay Lewis, and the little girl name is Anaya Day. And they're being held on a $1 million bond each, and it's for aggravated murder. And she was abused and also neglected. They wasn't feeding her, neither. So yeah.
I'm wondering why CPS didn't step in, though.
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because everything looked perfect when the times that they did come in, but then also CPS has such a massive caseload that they're not tending to those who they need to tend to, which to me is crazy because when you think about the economy and all these people that need jobs and all this other stuff that's going on, and they just not really
what's crazy is
tending to it.
The little girl was killed right before they had a visit to go to the home.
Wow. Because they must have knew that they was going to take her out of that situation.
Well, but I think to kind of piggyback off what y'all was saying a little bit earlier about, probably what's going on is, you got to think of it, once again, is, how they say history repeats itself?
Right.
The younger generation, our generation and shit like that, once again, crack, heroin, all that shit is coming right back to play now. So now you have a lot of younger, people abusing drugs, freebasing, partying, you know what I'm saying? And their minds aren't stable. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, there's a lot of people who are bipolar, who are having, depressant problems, you know what I'm saying? Suicidal thoughts and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean that they ain't out here fucking. You know what I'm saying? So, and all it takes is just a little slip up. You know what I'm saying? A person don't take their meds or whatever, or feel like they're trying to self-medicate themselves or whatnot. Or even sometimes it could be too much of too many different type of medications that's going on. You know what I mean? In a person's body or whatnot. So, because once your mind is gone, shit, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't
But
that what happened to Tyree?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Tyrese. He was on psycho medication. And that's why he was hallucinating, and that's why it was the whole, what do you want from me? What more do you want from me? That's why
I think stuff like that is more like a person acting out a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's kind of like
Tyrese is a good actor.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
But I can see how he could have like a mental breakdown, especially because that's his daughter, that's his baby.
It was over his daughter, and I'm pretty sure maybe the doctor meant well, and whatever. I forgot which one it was that he was prescribed, but it was a little bit too much for him, and those reactions can be pretty stiff. That's why for teenagers, a lot of those antidepressants, they say for whatever reason with them, gives them more suicidal thoughts.
Right, like all that Adderall, and you giving these kids these hard drugs that even adults really don't, mess with like that, and with Xanax and all that other stuff. So it's like, that's hard to put in your system.
For the family.
Yeah, definitely our prayers and condolences go out to the family.
That's crazy.
The family's affected by this senseless tragedy.
Yeah.
That's definitely very unfortunate.
Yeah. One more little small thing real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
There was also a young lady by the name of, Her name is Brianna Ashanti Lofton. She's 20 years old, and she's a resident out there in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
And she had a video go viral because she forced or allowed her 1-year-old child to smoke weed online. And she was reported, and she was just arrested for not only child abuse, but marijuana possession and contributing to a delinquency of a minor. So,
Damn.
yeah. So doing that, you know how people, this is like, you know how people would let they, teach their
they-
kids how to smoke, not to smoke, but to cuss and all that. Think it's cool and cute
Right.
because it's coming out of a little person and everything like that.
Right.
It's not fun. It's not funny. It's nothing to be
It's
like,
not
yo,
cool nor
this
cute.
is something that's should be like celebrated because this think it's cool. No, this is a child.
Yeah.
This is a child, and this is a child's life and body and everything else. That guess what? If you keep feeding these bad habits into it, they're going to have to suffer the consequences of that, and you as a parent is going to have to suffer the consequences of doing that because you are the
Now, I
parent.
think she's 22.
Yeah, she's 20 years old.
Once again, freaking out. Just what in your right mind would possess you to give your toddler marijuana and film yourself doing it?
She probably was on that gelato.
She was on a lot more than gelato.
She's on that Osama bin smoking.
She was on that crazy pill like that. The devil made me do it.
Her shit was laced like a motherfucker. Dipped.
know.
Because that's
Yeah, they definitely.
irresponsible to the max.
Yeah, no
yeah,
doubt.
just a little bit, not too much, but definitely enough. That's highly irresponsible. Like, but you know what? Her friends probably thought that shit was cool and cute, and it's just like, where are the elders at to really let these kids know, like, that shit that you're doing is not
Levels of
cute.
some stuff, though, like teaching your daughter, okay, some mamas to let their toddlers, like Braylon said, to curse at
Yeah.
young ages, at a young age. Well, some moms think it's cute to let their daughters twerk, bouncing.
I was
in
gonna say
diapers.
that.
So now it's cute to let your kids smoke at 1-2 years old. But it's like, at what point is there a level, is there a boundary to say, no, this isn't okay?
But even then, like, the grandparents, like, somebody, like, what, nobody thought to say, hey, you doing too much, pull that shit down. Like, nobody,
That's not her first time doing it. You know it's not
well,
her first time doing it.
that's what I'm saying. I know it's not, that's what I'm saying. Like, this wasn't, I don't know. I'm just like,
Maybe it was the first time recording it. I mean, in this day and age, who knows? I don't think she would have done that in front of a parent or a grandparent. Then again, you never know.
yeah, that's true.
I think it might have been something that either she might have got high and thought was a good idea and funny. Maybe her friends thought was a good idea and funny, but you're taking that baby's chance at a great immune system before it even gets started and built.
Yeah. Hey man, check this out, man. I got one more thing to go over with y'all real quick. I can't believe this is still going on, but it is. There was also another school shooting
I've seen that.
that took place down in Maryland,
Yep, I've seen
where
that.
a 16-year-old girl, she was wounded, and she was placed on life support. Her name is Jalen Wiley.
Yep.
But due to her gunshot wounds, she did not make it. and they pulled the plug on her just today,
Yeah.
and she passed on.
Yeah.
And she was shot by a 17-year-old by the name of Austin Wyatt Rollins in the hallway just before school actually started. And also was another student that was shot as well, a 14-year-old. He was shot in the leg, but he was discharged, so he's fine. But it just needs to say that, man, like, man, I mean, any day that you walk out your house, man, is definitely a challenge. You never know if you're really going to come back, but dang, man, you can't even go to school, you can't go to church, you can't do anything where you're not even thinking that you're going to be harmed.
You're not safe anywhere.
Yeah, you're not.
And it's just...
But condolences out to her family, man, too, though, because
Yeah.
it's sad, man. Another sad tragedy that has happened, man. And also, man, pray for the people who are doing these things as well, man. And hopefully, God can, bless their soul, man, because they will have some, literally some hell to pay, for sure.
Yes.
So,
They gotta deal with those demons.
yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got to deal with those demons. And then also, it's just an unfortunate situation. There was another, to kind of piggyback off of what you said about the school shooting, there was a thread that kind of went viral on Facebook. The post went not viral, but it went out to the people that it needed to go out to. And basically the post was I plan on shooting up the school on the 23rd, which was today. And don't try to like let the authorities know, because I know how to. Basically, I know your systems as far as how lockdown goes and how I can still do what I need to do and kill the people that I need to kill. Well, apparently it was it was two 14-year-olds, like 14 and 15-year-old kids, and the threat went out on the 20th, and the police got a hold of it. And they arrested the kids. So now the kids are sitting in juvenile hall. Even, right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened in Stockton, of all places, which I thought was, one, very alarming. But then, two, I was just like, wow, y'all gonna, you gonna try to shoot up a school in Stockton? It was just like, and these was two 14-year-olds, but I guess it was, they thought it was funny. They thought it was cute. It was supposed to be something like a prank. They wasn't really
That's
serious.
What a lot of this is now.
Yeah, well, because they didn't find no guns at the home where they arrested both of the kids. One was from Manteca, which is a predominantly, white town. And then the other kid, lived in Stockton, and was not in high school, or was just in 9th grade. But, so they didn't find any weapons, but now they, sitting in juvenile hall behind a prank. And growing up, that was never a prank to me. You gonna shoot up the school? For what? What? That don't even sound right.
They think it's cute. Like, for whatever reason, everybody's been jumping on this craze since the Parkland shooting.
Yeah.
Like, this dude is I don't know, like the underdog hero for these twisted kids that just, that was just a perfect outlet for everybody to start acting out. Because most of the time, that's what's happening.
Well,
they stuck on stupid once the cops show up.
Well, you know what they say? They say the video games are, they say the video games are more violent than what it is in real life. And these kids are playing these video games, so then they think, oh, it'd be cool to really reenact this in real life. You know, I really want to get that thrill that I'm getting from the video game. And at the end of the day, I don't necessarily blame the video games because it's a game at the end of the day. But somebody has to take some kind of responsibility, and it really can't be the kids because they're children and they're easily influenced. You know what I mean? They can take some responsibility, but they can't. They're still kids. They're still very easily influenced. Who do you blame?
You can't blame the game because at the end of the day, the game CDs. When people want to blame hip hop or heavy metal for all of this, there's a seal. It's not meant for children 17 years of age or under. So that means a parent, an older brother, older cousin, somebody is sitting there buying it behind mom and dad's back. But mom and dad is caving and buying it just 'cause.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and for anything, I was always taught training anywhere starts at home.
That's
now,
very true.
At home is what you take to school, that's what you take to church, your friend's house, wherever. And if you running amok at home, everywhere else is just open.
Yeah, that is the case for the most part. I definitely do believe it starts at home. That's for sure. I'm gonna kind of lighten it up just a little bit. We got a few things going on in hip hop, and that would be Jay-Z and Diddy working on a black-owned. Well, basically, they're working on an app to where you can see every black-owned business in your city, in the state, that kind of thing. Now, my question is, this is something that, you know, it's like it's a project that they're still working on. And clearly they've been working on it for some time now. Otherwise, Diddy wouldn't have spilled the beans on that. But my question is, with so many other apps out there now that already have that feature as far as black-owned business, all you really have to do is subscribe. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like they could be doing something else, or they could be just investing in somebody or a company that already has that technology, or, you know,
I'm not gonna lie, because I was registered to one not too long ago, but it kept freezing, so I got rid of it. I can't remember the app, but I'm like, there's already apps out there like that. I would much rather see them get behind somebody that's trying already.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Because I just feel like it's way too many apps that already have that. I feel like
and
it's
what happened to
way too many.
them trying to get their bid into the NFL and getting an all-blur starting their own black NFL team? Y'all needed a few rich investors, the top two.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at with that. I feel like I'm kind of mad about that, and I hope that is a distraction for the general public, and they're really working on something else in the cuts. That's what my hope is for, because to me that's not really, they're receiving a lot of backlash from it right now, but I'm like, that's not really what we need, is another app that, you know, points out the black-owned businesses. I would have rather them invested their money into a company or somebody that's already doing that and just help them to do it on a bigger level and really scale their business. But I hope that this is a, you know, front and just a smoke screen for something bigger that they actually have going on. Like Byron Allen just did. Shout out to him, and salute, because he just bought the Weather Channel.
Oh, I just saw that too.
For $300 million. That's a power move. That's, to me,
Big boss.
to me, that's how you move in silence. To me, that's like the finesse of finessing the situation. I was like, wait a minute, what?
How did he even pull that? The Weather Channel, though.
Yeah,
Right.
That's some
Who
balls.
pulls the
He-
Weather Channel?
Well, and he bought it. He got a steal on it because when Comcast and I forget the other company, but when they bought it in 2008, they bought it for $3.5 billion. He got it for $300 million.
You want to know why? Because people are on their apps now. They're not watching that anymore. The Weather Channel is like watching PBS.
Yeah,
It's
But-
outdated. So
Well, it
he's
is
probably
outdated.
going to revamp it.
he is, which he has plans to. Because I didn't think, he was funny. I watched his show. It was like Byron Allen After Dark or something like that. I watched it. He really did have some good comedians on there. I like him as a host, but just as a comedian by himself, he's not really that funny to me. But then my question was, I was like, wait a minute. Where does this man get $300 million from? I didn't know he had that kind of money. Like, I was
Isn't that
like,
a trip, though? They'll give him the Weather Channel, but Bill Cosby is going through all of this because he wanted to buy NBC.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm proud of him for doing that. But now I'm sitting back to watch what he really gonna do. Like, what kind of moves are you gonna make with that? Because that, to me, that's big. That's huge. That's how you move in silence. Like, because everybody
And
was
you didn't get
sleeping.
lynched for it. Nothing magically, your name wasn't tarnished in the midst.
Right.
You better take that and run with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody, sleeping on the Weather Channel because this whole, Wakanda movement got us distracted and whatnot. which, I mean, I'm
Don't
glad
start doing that
everybody. I'm glad everybody is, woke now and they waking up. And shout out to Byron Allen. But now we watching you, so now all eyes is on you for real. But yeah, I definitely wish him the best and success, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. I know he did say he wanted to expand, his film and television production with the Weather Channel. So maybe the Weather Channel will be more entertaining now. So I think if he brings some comedic relief
and he
to
needs
the
some honor to some weather talent, hey, feel free to hit up Miss Peter at the Frat House Chronicles and have your people call my people. Let's set it up.
Oh, absolutely. We could definitely do some business. Let's go.
Don't forget about her cousin, Braylon. The most talented one in the family anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
They gonna be like, we heard the show and we gonna decline the offer. But
I'm like, just killed my whole chance.
that's good though. That's awesome. And something else I wanted to say regarding investments. There is a new app. It's a startup. Black people, this is for you. So if you want to get into the stock market, if you want an easy way in, before we talked about Drake was having people invest in his startup with the liquor, and we have one that is coming out. It's a startup. It's called In the Cut. Now, In the Cut is an app, and it's for all you barbers out there. In the black community, we have a ton of barbers and barbershops everywhere. Basically, what it does is kind of similar to like having a black-owned business app where you can spot all the black-owned places. It's similar to that in regards to where you can add your barbershop Okay, and I'm not sure if they have it to where you can book directly on the app. I want to say that they do. I took a look at it. It was pretty cool, definitely very innovative, and it's kind of almost like Style Seat for all you hairstylists out there. But it's barbershop, so it shows you kind of their ratings, and it shows you like who they are. You know, it gives an introduction, but it's started by a group of minorities. So when you go to a new city, you can't figure out, you know, like where to get your hair cut or who's, you know, kind of available and, you know, whatnot. You need some recommendations or whatnot. You download the app and it shows you, you know, where the barbershops are at. And it shows you, you know, the profile of the barber and just kind of gives you a little rundown. And so kind of like a Yelp, but specifically for barbershops, which I thought that was pretty cool and, you know, innovative. If you need something, you know, on the go, you just download the app real quick and it tells you, you know, where the barber is at, who the barber is, and, you know, and I do believe you can book appointments, or if you can't book appointments on the app, you can get in contact with the barber directly. So, yeah, because, you know, sometimes you're moving through cities or, you know, you move to a new city and you don't know which barbershop to go to. You know, you're like, okay, let me download this app real quick. Let me see let me see the reviews on this barber. Let me, you know, because everybody don't go to Yelp like that. I mean, people do, but people really only go to Yelp when they had a bad experience, not necessarily, you know, a good experience. And you can get in contact with the barbers on the app. You know what I mean? So,
that's what's up.
yeah, so it's not like you gotta, you know, call the barbershop. Is so-and-so available? Or they not available? Okay, what's your business hours? No. You can go to the app, you know, put in your city, and then it comes up with the, you know, with the barbershops, and you get to see, I believe they have pictures and profile. Well, I know they have profiles on there, but I believe they get to see pictures as well, with the app. So I thought that was pretty cool. And, yeah. So definitely make sure you invest. You can go to In the Cut and Google In the Cut, because I don't have the exact web address, but I will update the show notes with that to where you can just go directly and invest. And investments start at $100. So it's not a bad way to get in the stock market and watch your profits grow, because when they blow up, you're going to be mad that you didn't invest sooner. You see what Nas did when he invested in that ring thing company, and Amazon came and bought him for billions. So you better get into it.
If you knew better, you'll do better.
That's right. But we're going to take a moment here. The call drop from Miss Keita.
After these messages, we right back.
What's the team without the D? I think it's only appropriate that you had that Got your girl on my line, tightrope. She keeping you for insurance, Geico. I'm about to touch down for the night, though. I ain't got that much time, girl. Tell me, is you with it? With it. I be proud of her, with it.
You want to talk
With
about
it.
it?
All right. And
Did you miss me?
okay.
Yeah, for real. That was well played.
We had some technical difficulties. We'll be back. Thank you for sticking with us. Oh, goodness. This has been, yeah. Tonight's been funny. Anyways, one of the main things that is going on tonight in the city of Sacramento, the protesters are out.
The BLM, my bad.
Black Lives Matter is definitely on the case. And an unfortunate tragedy happened. I should have been telling you to cue that up while, yeah, but can you play that video that I posted in the group again? We had it posted on our page. So, well, it'll be posted. It was supposed to already be posted. I got messages coming in. Sorry, y'all. Got the lawyer on the on the line sending me messages right now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you talking about in the group?
Yeah, the video. Oh, my goodness. Black people.
Hey.
Oh, boy. Okay, so... Oh, did you not get the video? I know you got the video. Everybody else got the video.
Here we go.
Really, guys? Really? Now, what? Why you not getting all the messages? Wait a minute. Why you not getting all the messages? Oh, here it go right here. The video.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he got the message. He just, black people.
There's about 100 messages before that, after that thing. No.
Okay. So now, while I don't know for sure whether we can play the video or not, I'm pretty sure we can. But it's not really coming up, so we'll just
explain the gist of it, of what they would be looking at.
Well, no, because I want them to hear the audio. That's what I was trying to do, but it's not coming up. So no worries, not a problem. Basically, there was a shooting. South Sacramento.
They renamed it South Chirac. You heard that?
Oh, South Chirac.
That's what they call it.
South Sac has been like South Chirac for a while, and you know the crazy thing. Just a week ago, when we were over there. We were literally I'm not gonna say blocks, but like a major light away from where that incident took place, because we was on Florin and 24th over there. Shout out to Love Story Lingerie Boutique, but we was over there at her shop. They also have. I went to the before I went over to Love Story, I went to the black-owned beauty supply store inside of the Sojourner Truth Museum. So shout out to them over there. But it was crazy because there was a situation that happened that Friday when we were over there. So the officer came to the store and everything, because you could see the officers pulling up. They pulled over somebody in the McDonald's drive-thru. And then he came over to the store because he seen we was in there, and he was like, well, a shooting happened at like 3 o'clock. Did y'all see or hear anything? I'm like, well, I don't know, because I wasn't here at 3 o'clock. Mind you, it's 6 o'clock now. So that's why they pulled over dude in the driveway in the McDonald's shopping center. And so he just now coming to ask questions at 6 o'clock. And they had the helicopters out. Diamond said they had the helicopters out earlier that day. So I guess I'm a little baffled and confused on how this man got shot Sunday night. And the police were there so quick. You know, because the person who called the police called for petty crimes. It was a white man. I'm almost 100% positive.
Yeah, they said it was about
they
were
called
looking for somebody that was supposed to be breaking in cars.
Right, they called because they was looking for somebody that was breaking in cars. But again, that's petty theft. You can't even file a police report for you can't have the officers come out and you file a police report for petty theft. So I'm confused as to how the officers got there so quick. Cause like I said, we was just in that happened on 29th Street over there near the Meadowview Light Rail Station. We were on 24th Street near the we weren't close to the Florin Light Rail Station, but you talking about 5 streets away. We on 24th and Florin. That happened on 29th and Meadowview.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it took the officer, the shooting that occurred on Friday happened at 3 o'clock. We was over at Love Story at 6 o'clock. And the officer is just now coming to ask us questions about a shooting that happened in the area. So, you mean to tell me that you guys discharged your weapon, shot this man 20 times, okay, 2 officers, 10 each. They emptied their whole clips on this man in his own backyard. That shit is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that happen? First of all, when I called the police for my petty theft, it took these motherfuckers 2 and 3 hours to come out. And I was in Pittsburgh. That city is the size of fucking South Sacramento. And yet, you was patrolling the area and you happen to be there, so you came out. You seen a man that took off running, and when we heard the audio, and I watched the video too. Which was what I was trying to get Braylon to play. But on the audio, he's running, and then he kneels down when he sees the suspect, and he says, "Gun, gun, gun." And then they just unloaded, both of them. Both officers unloaded a full clip of 10 bullets. He went down after 2 shots on the video. Now, they knew where he was at because they had the helicopter above him tracking him as soon as he started running. The helicopter could see him because you seen it on the tape.
It was infrared.
Yeah, you seen the infrared of where the cops were and where he was. This man was in his grandmother's backyard. He was at home. And he was shot and killed. Excessive force doesn't... Because he fit the description. Excessive force doesn't even start to cover the foolishness and the senseless act that occurred. That's so ridiculous and is very unfortunate. And it's crazy to think that would even happen. And it's not like this is anything new, because things like this have been happening, but now we're seeing them firsthand. You cannot ignore these things. That's just like when the dude got killed on Facebook Live. We're seeing these things. It's in front of our face. You cannot deny that these things are happening.
I'm tired of seeing the defense of, well, he shouldn't have ran. Well, if he wasn't guilty, he shouldn't have done such and such. who's to say why he was in his grandmother's backyard? Just because there was a call about break-ins don't mean he was the one doing it.
Right.
This pitch black at night, you in Granny house. He probably didn't want that argument and hopped over them fences like he's probably done all of his life. Decided to cut through the back, avoid that argument with Granny about curfew, whatever it could have been, and got this happened in return. So here we go.
Well, and the neighbor, whose window had got his patio door had got busted. He was a older gentleman. He didn't even hear the bullets that were going on just a few houses down.
Wow.
But he's older, so he heard the window, the patio slider, the glass patio slider. He heard that break, but he didn't hear the bullets that rang out. And it's just
a follow-up on that. Like, did they find any glass residue on him with all of these rumors? Because that man's name is going to be tarnished about him breaking into cars, because you know how the media spins it on these black dudes.
Yeah.
So did they find any glass on him? Was there a towel, a tool?
No.
Glass on his feet?
On his cell phone, which
they
thought that was a gun.
He had a cell phone which they thought was a gun. And
I know about that stupid stuff. That was ridiculous.
I think Charlemagne said it best when he said anytime the police see a black man holding anything, they automatically see a gun. And I think that was really powerful. But one thing that my dad brought to the light when I had a conversation with him, he said, of course, this has been happening, but there hasn't been any change because the police police the police.
Yeah.
He said if you read their union rules, their code of conduct for when these things happen, the police police themselves. They don't have anybody.
Internal investigation.
Right.
They don't have no outsiders come in.
They don't. Right. Exactly. And I think that's where the problem lies, is because nobody is holding these police accountable. Like right now, what do they do?
They're on paid leave right now.
Exactly.
All I know is when things like this happen is when I get irritated as a community, when I start hearing about beef in the neighborhood. Like, quite frankly, I shouldn't hear about not one gang war, not one block war. It shouldn't be no group of nobody beefing with each other, and this is happening on a weekly, monthly basis. Like, that would be the stupidest thing in the world, to just go and have an internal anything, just nonsense, and you have others attacking the community with a vengeance. Because these police shootings, to me, are like the modern day lynching.
Yeah.
It's just, you just do it. You used to be able to string them up for fun and burn the bodies alive. That's how it used to be. We done traded the vulgarity of burning and lynchings and traded it for bullets.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the people that are doing it are okay to walk. So I don't understand none of this riffraff within the communities, and the people that are doing the damage are still walking around living.
Yeah, well, and also I think there was a good point that was made is, black and brown people, when they see the police, they're scared and they fear for their lives, right? And the police excuse is that they're scared and they fear for their lives when they see black and brown. people. And, but the difference is that they're allowed to execute and basically, you know, find the loopholes to get out of these things because they use the excuse, well, I fear for my life. But black and brown people can't say that they fear for their life and that's why they killed a police officer and that be that. You know, it'd be a done deal. They get off scotch-free. It doesn't work like that.
That would never happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
No, that would never happen.
It definitely wouldn't. And I'm not saying that that's the solution, because that I don't believe that that's a solution either. But something needs to change. I definitely think there will be some change because the community is not, for one, the community is not going to stand for this anymore. And also, you know, there's too much that has happened. There's too many people that feel the same. So there's got to be change. There's got to be reform. And what's his name? Han, the newer police chief that's in there. He's definitely been ruffling some feathers and making some change. So
well, that's what I'm curious to see, because with them, you got a brother in a position of power, and it's not just us checking. So when you're the diplomat, between race wars are happening, you got all eyes on you. You are the sacrificial lamb because it's your white officer that killed a black brother. How are you going to handle it? Not only are black people checking, but white people are checking too.
Yeah. And I think because both him and Mayor Steinberg, not to say that they sided with the outrage of the public, but they are definitely, you know, making it seem as though that they are standing with the community on this particular case, this particular incident, this particular issue. So, so far, you know, they always make it seem good. They always try to, you know, side and, oh, well, we're going to look into this. Oh, we're going to do that. But the people are not going to stand for anything less than change at this point in time, because it's been too many. You know, how many more lives do we have to lose before change actually happens? So
exactly. That's really, you know, what it's about.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. And you know, killings happen all over the world. It's not just here, but when it happens in your own backyard, your own place of what is supposed to be peace and tranquility and serenity and whatever else you associate home with, then it becomes a problem.
See, the thing is, I think a lot of people, especially on the more conservative side, don't necessarily understand the other side of the fence. It's like, well, you know, he shouldn't have ran. Or if it wasn't this, then he wouldn't have had any problem. You don't know what that's like at the end of the day, to know that you're going to potentially be judged for something and or die from it because you fit something, a call that came in. Like, for me, my problem is not that he shouldn't have got him. If he was the one breaking into the cars, by all means, his young stuff should have been thrown in the back of that cop car, whatever, gave him his ticket, fine, court date, whatever. Gave him the chance to learn and grow from it. If this Nicholas Cruz dude can blast 17 kids and go have a burger, and y'all politely grab him out of the Walmart McDonald's, I'm not understanding how 20 shells just got emptied into a boy over breaking windows, supposedly, whether it was true or not.
Right. And not only that, but you muted your microphone after you emptied your clip. If it wasn't, if it was legit, if it was a legit call and you was legitly feared for your life, you wouldn't have muted your microphone. First of all, I don't even understand how that was okay. You wear a body camera for a specific purpose, and you muting it? No. It don't work like that. The body camera shouldn't even be allowed or able to be muted, period. I got a problem with that.
A certain amount of time, can it? It's only for, it's a very short amount of time for that to happen.
No, but he muted his microphone on the body camera.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I'm saying they should. I'm saying when the camera is enabled or whatever the case is, there shouldn't be no way that you can even mute that.
Well, that's the policing the police.
It is.
Protection of their brotherhood.
It is. It absolutely is.
They are a gang in
they're the biggest gang in America. Other than
the New Age mob.
Problem.
Yeah.
People want to say not all of them are bad, but guess what? It's the quote good ones that sitting back letting stuff like this happen and not telling on their partners.
Well, and yes, that is true, and I definitely do believe that, because I've had plenty of experiences with, I just had the cops called on me 2-3 weeks ago. So I've had plenty of experience with,
oh my God,
with dealing with
this fuckery.
But I mean,
Woo!
but it happened. It did go left, but it happened. And I've had plenty of interactions with the police, and
what?
Never
had plenty of interactions.
Yeah, I've had plenty of interactions with them.
You mean like, okay,
having the police called on me for some? I mean, it was bullshit. It was foolery, if you ask me. But
well, of course, because you the motherfucker they call the police on. So yeah. Well, go ahead with your story.
But I'm saying though, I do believe that not all police are bad. But at the same time, I've had police as clients. Some of them they still contact me to this day. Hey, when can you come back out and, do my massage? So I've had interactions with the police, and they all haven't been negative. And while I do believe that there are a lot of good police that do their job and what they are called to do, which is protect and serve, but it's just like one bad apple spoils a bunch. The good cops are being overshadowed by the poor choices of the bad cops. And also, with this particular case, where are the police dogs at? If somebody takes off running, you got the helicopter on top of you to tell you where that person is at. If he's in somebody's backyard, he's clearly not getting away. If you cannot outrun him and get to him fast enough, why didn't you call out the police dogs?
Because I think they were the first ones to the call, so it wasn't the canine unit out. They just happened to be the ones there. Okay, but you got him surrounded. And how did you not know that was a cell? How did you not know that wasn't a cell phone? That was, how did you even think that was a gun?
Especially with that bright ass flashlight.
With that bright ass light. That's what I'm saying. You could, that's not even, I'm not going to say it's impossible. But
because even in that instant, when you flash that light, it's going to blind the person you shining it on. Right. So,
and then too, why they didn't use their police light? It's dark as shit.
Why did they not use rubber bullets? Why didn't they use the stun guns that they have? Why didn't they use those?
None of the normal speech that they give. Their warnings.
Right.
Verbal commands.
Drop your weapon right now. Like, none of that stuff.
Right. They didn't say drop your weapon because they knew no damn well he didn't have no fucking weapon. That's what that was. Because if they would have really thought that he would have had a weapon, they would have said, "Drop your weapon."
Then on top of that, you peep how, like you said, if you had to actually shoot this man, why didn't you just shoot him? Or why aren't you guys trained to hit them where they're at least wounded, where they will be disabled?
Right.
To the point, but now, not only did one person take off, but y'all both just start dumping.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're shooting to kill. You're not shooting to apprehend anybody or to slow them down.
That was a straight execution.
Or anything like that. No doubt about it. Because nobody's going to survive 20 fucking bullets. It had to be no more than 10 feet away.
He didn't even, it had to be no more than he was,
10, maybe 15 feet away.
Yeah, at the most.
At the most.
But then also, you got the helicopter above you.
You can't get away from that not too many times.
But the helicopter could have seen if he would have had something on him. The helicopter got the infrared. So you seen his body, you seen his shape, you seen his figure. You didn't see nothing that looked like a gun. And the helicopter is giving you commands and cues because they're above. Also,
like you said too, if the communication was from the helicopter down to the officers, which they do have, then why not did the person that was in the helicopter say, okay, cops stand back, wait till backup comes, or or hold your position, or something like that.
Exactly.
So it was definitely execution, but we already know pretty much what's going to happen is that his family is going to get paid,
right?
No doubt about it.
Facts.
But the officers are more likely going to get off.
Facts.
They're not going to do any jail time.
Facts.
And at worst case scenario, they may only get fired. Probably.
Facts. And that's a worst case. They gonna get fired.
They would want to move.
I'm pretty sure that if they're locals,
even right.
If they're
locals.
They
even live in Sacramento or Sacramento County for that matter. Because
Zimmerman stayed in Florida, so I mean, people are bold. You can just do stuff, have a conscience.
No, actually, I was looking on Facebook actually, and I think like one of the officers who actually did kill Stephen Clark was actually a black guy who actually is a native of Sacramento, and supposedly like he went to school here and everything like that. And so somebody was speaking upon like they know this dude, they went to school with him, and they were saying he's not, a bad guy like that. But another person that was speaking on it was like, okay, that person may not be like that, but however, as a black man, he should have definitely handled it a lot better than what he did as far as shooting this man and killing him down. And the other guy who did kill him also was white, I believe. But
they said it was
a black cop and a white cop. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I'm just
because my experience with law enforcement, for whatever reason, I have better luck with the older, seasoned ones. They with pot delis that stop in for donuts.
Could be wrong.
And been here 20, 30 years. These young ones, I don't know what these young ones are on. Fresh out of the academy, out of boot train, because those are the ones that's getting caught up into a 20, 30-something-year-old once again.
Yeah.
Doing too much.
I mean, quite honestly though, let's just be honest about this part. This is what I will say, as not necessarily a defense, but just coming from an understanding perspective. Being a cop, being a police officer, being a person that's in charge or any type of authority position that definitely has to go out here and face all kind of dangers from each and every way. It's very dangerous being in that position. You know what I mean? Just like it's very dangerous to be a clerk at a gas station. Yeah. But when you take on these type of positions, you have to understand what you're getting yourself into, and not just look at it as an income. Not just look at it as some type of financial security. Because let me put it this way. Because actually, me myself personally, I was going through the training, about to become an officer myself at one point, and they do a psych test on you. So people, they have to really be honest with themselves and know that, you know what, if this scenario can happen, because guess what? When you think the things don't happen to you, that's when they usually do. So you need to be actually honest with yourself and understand and be like, you know, well, damn, if I'm ever in a position where I have to actually kill someone or to approach someone with my in a situation where it's my life or this person's life, which I'm supposed to serve and protect, what am I actually going to do? Because in a split second, you have to come up with this. You know what I mean? You have to make the right decision. You know, it's kind of unfortunate, but you have to make the right decision at all times. But to blatantly, in this case or any case that's been similar to this, where you just dump on somebody for no good freaking reason, and it could have been handled a whole lot differently. But guess what? It's too late now to think about what you should have did versus what you did do. So, being an officer is definitely something that if you want to do that, anybody that's listening right now, really think about what you're doing. And that when it comes to having somebody else's lives in your hands, really know what you're taking on. You know, because you're taking on a lot of responsibility. Because not only do you have to deal with that, yeah, but also I think that you don't have to only deal with that, but if you do, you know, you have to live with the guilt of murdering somebody. You know what I'm saying? And trying to be able to sleep well at night about that, and not only knowing that, guess what, you done probably condemned your soul to hell because thou shalt not kill, and that's for anybody. So, you know, me personally, I don't think I can do something like that. You know, just have a job like that and kill in cold blood, all because it's my job. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that at the end of the day, when my life is over, I gotta answer for that. So
they definitely are gonna have to answer for that, and you know, it's very unfortunate, the entire situation. And it's just, it's so present that it's just like, you know, what is the solution? Because at this point, we need results. We need systematic change, and I think part of that is why I was a little irritated at Diddy and Jay-Z for doing this Black-owned app, when it's like, no, we need systematic change. We need a little Africa, a little Black America in every city. We need systematic change. We need hospitals that we own. We need more banks. We need education. And we need to be able to deal with these mental health issues that we suffer from. And that's just from, post-traumatic slavery. Like, we need the essentials. We need grocery stores. We need the essentials, and our needs right now are not being met.
No.
So it's like, at this point, we need reform. We need change. What we're asking for right now is change from the police and how they police themselves, and how they are not held accountable to their actions. That's what we need change from right now.
Quick fix. I mean, it's not a quick fix, but I mean, off top, for Sac PD, period, just needs to be revamped. Everybody needs to be let go.
They definitely need to be gutted out, because the interactions that I have had with Sacramento Sac PD and Highway Patrol, oh my goodness.
Security training, every unit, everywhere, across the board would have to. That would be your job to get to know your area. Do not go. If your assignment is an urban area and you are from Roseville, Rockland, or somewhere that you're not from Dixon, get to know your area. Is you just got to be associated. Tough as luck. That's your job. You chose it. Because knowing the people, knowing the atmosphere, knowing the boundaries of who's where, I don't know, somebody in the grocery store, some familiar face that can place you, that can say, yeah, he all right, he might be a stickler, but we've seen him roaming through the neighborhood, that'll help cut down on some of that. But as long as you're just a random car, the random face that's known as, you're seen as the enemy off top. Start familiarizing yourself, you still might be seen as the enemy, but that aggression won't be there the way it is now. And you won't encourage that rebelliousness, because that's really what people are dying for. These young black boys are dying over being rebellious because they're not complying. Let me see your ID. Well, I got to give it to you. Boom, you're gone.
Yeah. And one black officer out in New York, he said, don't say anything to the police, period. When the police stop you, don't say anything to them. Am I under arrest? Nope. Okay, cool. And keep it moving. That's your right. You don't have to say anything to them.
Because they antagonize you. Some will on purpose, you know.
Oh, they definitely
to get
try.
You riled up. You know, just because I done heard about some of them undercover rides where they take you by the river and, you know, it's 2-on-1 while you in handcuffs before they take you to I Street.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people coming up dead in the cell, they take you in the back, all of a sudden hit one of them floors, you then came back barely with your life intact. Everybody gotta go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because me and SAC PD, we definitely don't get along. Every time they pull me over, it's I'm going bad on them. I talk so crazy to the police, boy, don't pull me over for no foolery. I don't give a damn what you thought you was doing, but you finna get an earful, and I wish you would. Every single time.
But you're not the Lone Ranger, though. It's like, slavery days is gone, because cops, that's really what they were. They used to be around to round up the slaves and the runaways.
Yeah.
This time is, if you're here to serve and protect, you have to understand, young black men, we raised a little bit different. So we encourage that independent factor with them, so the communication barrier is completely different. If you say, let me show you something, or I'm going to search your car, and they tell you no, that's not necessarily just out of being disrespectful. It's just flat out, I don't want you searching my car, but you have to understand that communication barrier.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a lack of communication.
Who you're dealing with. Because I don't make no sense for you to be told no, and you're really that angry and upset, you're ready to take lives. That's something.
Yeah, it really is. And then it's just it's just an unfortunate tragedy that happened, and it's ridiculous. And people are going to, continue to protest until change happens. On Tuesday at 5:00, there is a City Hall meeting. They're asking everyone to show up. They're asking for everyone to stand in solidarity and wear all black. For this senseless tragedy that happened. So that will be downtown. I believe at the 915 I Street. I'm sorry. 915 I Street is the prison. No, is that the courthouse? Whatever. Look, it's right next door. The prison and the courthouse is right next door to each other.
They really are.
So, it's going to be downtown, and they're asking everybody to show up and show, your support, and wear all black. And like I said, this is, like I've been telling you guys, this is a year to vote. Just because this is not a presidential vote this year, this is the year to vote and to get some of these changes. Yes, because it really this is the vote for the House. The House controls way more of what affects you in your local communities than what the president controls. Okay,
well,
so
the House is the gatekeeper. They are the ones
exactly
that get everything started. The Senate, your congressmen, your two senators are the people that are the make or break for Congress.
yeah.
That's what it is. Or no, it's two, because the House has 100 members. So two of them, one senator. Yeah. So, but that's the make or break. That's where all of the stuff happens. That's where, the powwows happen on what gets opposed, what gets passed through. When your president decides to come up with all of this mumbo jumbo bills and ideas that he comes up with, that's who determines if it files through. But if he got his friends sitting in those seats, no changes are going to be made. It's time to get some people out.
Exactly.
Across the board, across the state. It's time to do some changes.
Yes. So if you are in the States, this is a year to vote. So make sure you vote in your primaries. And the primaries are in June. And then the main time to vote is going to be in November. So definitely make sure you go out and do that. Make sure you know what's on the ballot. Make sure you have an idea of what you're voting for. And but the main thing is to just make sure you get out there and vote, because this is when the laws are being made to whether things are actually going to change or not. So that's what a lot of people are not aware of that. I do have a couple more things just real quick. So shout out to Taraji, because she is really doing her thing this year. She's got a movie coming out. It comes out next week. So it is a Tyler Perry film, but it's not a typical Tyler Perry film. It's not a Madea movie, even though I did love her in the Madea movie that she was in. But go check it out. It looks very interesting.
Acrimony, right?
Yes, it's called Acrimony. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna be
so many fellas need to go take their ladies to go see it.
Yeah, it's definitely if you got a man, drag him to go see it. Because this is the movie for that. Okay, this is the let him know what he got before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
This is definitely the movie to go see with your significant other, your man, your partner, your whoever you got in your life. This is definitely the movie to go see with that. Shout out to Ava DuVernay, because she will be directing the new DC movie, and she has $100 million budget for that. We mentioned Black Panther earlier. It's still number one, baby. Wakanda forever. It's officially a thing. And it made $1 billion. I'm really proud of what's going on in film right now, and what's going on in television. And I'm excited to see where this goes. And of course, this is why change is going to happen, because we will not stand for anything less than that. And also my girl Gabrielle Union, she got a movie coming out this summer. That's ooh! I can't wait to see that. That trailer looks like
She's
it's
still acting?
yes. She the shade.
No, I mean, I really did not. Is this a comedy or what is it?
It's actually it's not
Girl,
kind of
yeah,
a
you know,
horror.
it's supposed to be something like that. She's
It's
trying to
supposed
protect
it's like
her
a
family.
thriller. It's but
'Cause
not
she goes up to her family cabin for like a family getaway or something like that, and the people like trying to break in, and her kids are left inside. So
Yeah.
she has to defend and get the kids out the house, and all that kind of shit.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a different role for her though.
It's
Like,
yeah.
you know,
but
like
that's
she's
why I
supposed to be
it.
like this badass, like I wouldn't say it's not action, but she's a black single mom, and
It's like
she's trying
an
to protect her
action
kids.
thriller
Yeah.
drama.
And she's like,
movie.
and she's doing like all these different like
The house is like a smart house.
and she's like doing all these different little like like she's like a trained like
She's like a trained operative.
something. She got all these different little things going
It's
on.
gonna be dope.
Definitely a different role for her though. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's. I think that's what I like about it, because everybody
Nobody's
says she
seen her
kind
like
of
that
plays
before.
the same role,
Yeah.
in everything that she does, and this is definitely different for her. So, Black Girl Magic is in full effect, and it's really in the building, in 2018, and then there's something else. There's like another. Is it another movie? No. Something we didn't mention, but it was posted to our page a little while back, but I do want to shed a little bit of light on it because it is Women's History Month, and I'm deeming this Black Women's History Month. Mattel has decided to make the Black Barbie for Catherine, who was played by Taraji in Hidden Figures.
Right.
Yep. So they have the first Black NASA Barbie is coming out. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get it at Toys R Us as they are going out of business effective this summer. But you know who won't be out of business and where you can get it? On Amazon.com.
Okay, so here's the thing. Because I was reading up on KB Toy Store trying to make a comeback in lieu of Toys R Us leaving.
So they making a comeback? KB is making a comeback? Because there's...
So is it in the rumor mill that KB may be trying to make a comeback?
You know who is going to buy out KB Toy Store? Amazon. And they going to have KB come back and they going to be strong.
They need to keep our childhood alive. When Toys R Us gotta go, I hope they bring back KB. That was a store.
They said, a lot of people was cracking jokes and talking about Toys R Us need to lower them Lego prices. They ain't got no liquidation going on. Toys R Us was expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Let me not even say it was. It is expensive. What you can buy in Toys R Us, you could get that in Walmart for like half price. But Walmart don't have all the good stuff like Toys R Us got the good stuff. Toys R Us had the best water selection of water toys, hands down. The water guns, the super soakers, all that. Toys R Us always had the best. But
as a matter of fact, it's a Nerf set with like 50 of their little foam bullets. I might have to go and grab one time.
we have a Nerf wars.
That's how we gonna settle all the frat house beefs with the Nerfs.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. We definitely gonna have some water play this year. We definitely gonna have some water situations this year. Cause my water balloon game is strong, so as soon as it get hot, it's about to be a wrap for a few people. We might have to get.
Hold on. problems. What do you mean?
Not if I'm throwing them at the guys.
Then they go drown us.
Well, you know, I have some braids, and you know, I'm team natural, so I just make sure I have some braids when we go for that. And
Oh my goodness.
it's gonna be lit. We got a pool party that's gonna be going on. So I'm definitely gonna have some braids for that. I think it's time for another I think it's time for an ice bucket challenge.
You gotta be coming around soon. It's just it's warm enough.
I think that'll be lit. But on that note, we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here, and we will catch you next time. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. And make sure you check out our Facebook page in the meantime. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And you can follow us on Spreaker.com. You can also email us, podcastchronicles@gmail.com. We are on iTunes. We are on iHeartRadio. Holla.
Yeah. Shout out to iHeart.
We're on SoundCloud. We are also on TuneIn Radio. We're on Stitcher Radio. So you can download us there. We're on Blueberry. You can check out the Frat House Chronicles there. And we are on... for the Android people, we ain't forgot about you. Google Play Music.
Woo. Yep.
Braylon, get the people your social media.
Yeah, what's up, man? Y'all know how it is, man. Snapchat followers, you know what I mean? That's a new thing. Everybody's doing it. At least I think so anyway. You can follow me at I'm So Flying Solo 1. That's IMSOFLYNSOLO. Followed by the number 1. But y'all know what I always say. Yo, if you want to follow me, definitely let me know who you are. Because I've been getting some new people, man. I appreciate everybody who does follow me. I definitely will follow back. But damn, let me know who you are. Because you do not like strangers. I don't like them. But nevertheless, I love the love that y'all showing me, man. I try to put some stuff on there each and every day. Just kind of let y'all know what I'm doing throughout the daily. And, yeah, fuck with me because I fuck with you.
Kita, give the folks your social media.
You can follow me at Kita's Podcast on Instagram. I am Nikita Clark on Facebook.
Hey.
You can follow me, Nikita22@gmail. I'm everywhere.
That's what's up. I am Lady Reese's. You can follow me on IG, Lady_Reese's. And we will see y'all when we see y'all. Same time next week.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the team without the D? I think it's only appropriate that you had that in your life. Right? Got your girl on my line, tightrope. She keeping you for insurance, Geico. I'm about to touch down for the night, though. I ain't got that much time, girl. Tell me if you with it. With it. I be brought it up with it.